Hello and welcome to the 31st broadcast of the Nerdflix podcast. This is going to be the first of 3 Halloween-themed episodes, and our first topic is the Addams Family. We'll talk a little bit about the original show and some of the other adaptations, but we'll mainly talk about the live-action film. So let's get started.
Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice. Beetlejuice.
It's showtime.
Oh, come on, it's just a bunch of hocus pocus.
So the Addams Family originally started out as a comic strip and then was adapted into a television show, so you know, the classic show that's in black and white and everything. And then in 1993 it was turned into a live-action movie that would have 2 sequels, and now it is an animated movie with a sequel that is, I think, just came out or is about to come out. The show is fine. I don't mind it. It's not my favorite show. But, well, as you know, in the last podcast, my favorite show is Doctor Who. But, the movie, I love. The second movie, I don't love that much. And I don't even know there was a third movie until doing some research on the first 2, which we'll talk about later. And the animated movie I didn't like that much, and don't really intend to ever really watch the second one. So, basically that's how I feel about the Addams Family. The inspiration to make this Addams Family movie was found when one of the creators of the movie was in a van with a bunch of other people, including a lot of kids, and just all of a sudden these kids start singing the Addams Family theme song. And before you know it, the entire van was singing the Addams Family theme song, and that's when he was struck with the idea to make a live-action movie about the Addams Family. So the idea came from a van of people singing the theme song. When getting the rights from the original show to make the movie, there were certain things that they couldn't adapt or, you know, couldn't get the rights to. And originally they couldn't get the rights to feature the theme in the movie. But now you watch the movie, the theme is one of the first things. Well, actually, the movie starts out pretty confusing, because it starts out with carolers and Christmas songs, which always gets me and always gets my family when they don't know what I'm watching. And, but then we open up with the Addams Family theme song. But that was originally not going to be featured in the movie because they couldn't get the rights to it. But then they did eventually get the rights. And now, I just mentioned how they only had rights to do certain things in this movie. Well, they overstepped some of the things in the movie, some of the boundaries that they had for things they couldn't do, and they actually ended up getting sued by some of the original creators of the show. But eventually they worked it out, and of course, you know, they made the movie. When filming the Addams Family 3/4 of the way through, they were actually sold to a new production company. And they were close to finishing the movie, and then all of a sudden they just had a brand new company running the movie. So, it was a mess. Towards the beginning of the movie, Gomez has a sword duel with one of the people from the bank, and a lot of this was done without stunt doubles. They actually learned dueling and did all this dueling without any stunt doubles whatsoever. One of the original people considered to direct this movie was none other than Tim Burton. I talked about how he was also considered to direct Gremlins as well. Well, he was considered to direct the Addams Family, which makes sense because the Addams Family definitely has a Tim Burton-like tone. And, in fact, that is why some fans of the movie believe that Tim Burton actually had secret connections with the making of the movie. The movie does, of course, have, like, a dark comedy tone that a Tim Burton movie would have, such as Beetlejuice or something like that. And so a lot of people believe that Tim Burton had secret connections with the making of it, whether it be writing or directing. And now it is time for another segment of product review. I really own nothing for the Addams Family, no figures or Funko Pops or DVDs or anything. But there are a decent amount of stuff out there that you can purchase. So let's go ahead and look at Amazon. We did a basic Addams Family merchandise search. And here's what I've found. We got plenty of t-shirts, of course. There's always going to be t-shirts. A lot of costumes, mostly for Wednesday Addams. A weird-looking Lurch costume. I guess that's Lurch. Yeah, that's Lurch. A horrifying-looking Gomez Addams costume. That's just, honestly, that's really dumb-looking. I'll be sure to include a picture of that. This is really a weird costume. But, a bag. A lot of different, just like kind of generic Addams Family kind of outfits that you could buy for different Halloween costumes. A couple of keychains. Another horrifying Addams Family costume. Some fake hands, of course, for Thing. A Cousin It costume. But so that's what there is on Amazon. Now let's go to the Funko app and see what they have for the Addams Family. Now, they have a couple pops for the newest Addams Family movies, but those ones do not have enough data to tell you the trending value. But then we have one from the television series, Wednesday, $18, Pugsley, $9, Morticia, $20, and Gomez, $20 as well. A different variant of Gomez, only $8. Wednesday Addams with a Valentine's Day card. That's a Hot Topic exclusive and is worth $14. When was that released? That was released in 2020. That was actually pretty recently. Morticia and Gomez 2-pack. That is worth, wow, $43. And they're both in black and white as well. That was released in 2019 and is vaulted. Wednesday Addams in black and white. That looks like it's exclusive to the Funko shop, released in 2019, vaulted, and is worth $42. My bad. I said 32 there. Cousin It, $27. And one of the coolest ones I think there is Uncle Fester with a light bulb in his mouth, because at the end of the movie he can conduct electricity, and he can light a light bulb with his mouth. That one's worth $13 and is exclusive to Walgreens. Walgreens, that's a weird place to have Funko Pops exclusive to, but okay. And released in 2019. So that is what's out there for the Addams Family. When the Addams Family holds a ball, Gomez and Fester do this crazy, complicated dance. Well, this was originally going to be cut from the movie, and a good portion of it was actually cut. It was going to be a lot longer, and was almost cut completely from the movie altogether, even though the scene is very fun, and it would have been cool to have a full version. 10 years after the original show was canceled, there was a Halloween special featuring all of the original cast, which is impressive because it was 10 years after the show was canceled, and they managed to get all of the original cast back together. There is one scene that is cut out of the TV version for time and commercial purposes that I wish wasn't, because it's a very funny scene. Morticia gets a job as a kindergarten teacher, and she reads the kids Hansel and Gretel, but like the dark version of Hansel and Gretel, like the original version. And all of the little kids in the kindergarten classroom start crying. Well, this was very hard to film because you needed a bunch of kindergartners to start crying. So they told the kids they just wanted to get some film of them sitting there. And after the kids thought they were done, they left the cameras rolling, and the director came in and said, "Okay, kids, time for everyone's measles vaccination," and all the kids start crying. And so that's how they filmed that scene. I mentioned earlier there was a third Addams Family movie, and it doesn't seem very good. I mean, I actually haven't seen it. I just found out about it. I didn't even know it existed, so if I didn't know it existed and they don't show it on TV, it can't be very good. It features none of the original cast. And it is called Addams Family Reunion and features none of the original cast, and it can't be any good. Not only did that Addams Family movie just come out, or will come out, I don't know, I didn't really pay attention that much. But there is going to be another Addams Family project, a Netflix show that released next year called Wednesday. This is about Wednesday when she's a little older, going to a boarding school, and this is directed by none other than Tim Burton himself. So this show is going to be pretty good, and I'm super excited for it. It's supposed to drop sometime next year, probably around Halloween. That would make the most sense. But it's going to be a Tim Burton-directed TV show on Netflix entitled Wednesday, and I'm super excited for it. And now it is time for another segment of Forgotten Facts. This one comes to us from Nerdflix number 6, the Star Wars Original Trilogy. Now, this one is more of a cool continuity thing and less of a how they filmed the movie, but I do think it is pretty cool. In The Empire Strikes Back, Luke tells R2 multiple times in different scenes to stay on the ship, like in Dagobah and in Cloud City, but R2-D2 never stays on the ship. Well, in Revenge of the Sith, the last thing Anakin said to R2 was stay on the ship, and he never saw Anakin again. So I guess the idea is that R2 fears losing his master, so he always goes with Luke whenever he says stay on the ship. That is it for part 1 of the Halloween special. I will be releasing the rest of the Halloween special pretty close to each other, so you won't have to wait a full week. There's going to be 3 parts. I won't announce them until they are released, just so they will surprise you. And I hope you enjoyed, and until then, I will see you next time on Nerdflix. Happy Halloween.
Cyber Anakin! I have the high ground!
I'm Batman. You're a wizard, Harry.
1.21 gigawatts.
Thank you for listening. Goodbye.